Ωραία. Είμαι εγώ, ο eljorn, από το κανάλι Zesu Gaming και με βλέπετε να παίζω το horizonzerodawn. Την προηγούμενη φορά βοήθησα τον Καλούλη, τον κύριο, αυτός είναι, όχι. Βοήθησα πάρα πολύ έναν τυπά τον οποίο τον παγιδεύσανε και τώρα είμαι πίσω στο χωριό για να τους δείξω τα στοιχεία ότι είναι αθώος. Γεια σας, κοπηλάι.
Init told you the truth. This is the headdress stolen from the murdered man. You'll find more in a ravine north and west of here, along with the bodies of the killers.
The exile still served its purpose. He was guilty of our suspicion. Fate has fallen like snow, and should Initut return, he will be absolved.
You can't be serious.
He speaks for the Werak, my Nora friend.
You look ridiculous. If you would return to my Werak, you will behave as a Banuk does.
How does a Banuk behave, my chieftain? Like I did? Accepting a sentence for a crime he did not commit. Or those others who killed in cold blood for crimes that their charge of victims did not. I think what I wear will not make me more or less of a Banuk.
For his own sake, it would be wise for him to think less, Nora friend.
I'll talk to him, but not for you.
Alright. Οπότε να μιλήσω στο Inatut.
I defied my chieftain's will, spurned my Werak.
How are you feeling?
As if I've been pounded in the guts. I could just keep walking, but when my anger has thawed, it will leave me with nothing. Where else would I go?
Με συγχωρείτε λίγο. Απάνω από την έξυπνη επιλογή ξανά. Είσαι σε καλή περιοχή, σε καλή θέση.
If you choose to stay, it should be on your own terms.
This sounds political. I'm not good with politics.
More like a fighting strategy. You survived exile. I bet that doesn't happen much.
I've only heard of it in legends.
You earned your place in the Werak Initut. Make them earn you back.
Of all my fights, this is the first time I beat death. I vow to you, it won't be the last. And my song shall grow. You'll hear of it. As for you, Nora girl, will you accept this gift? A little scrawny weighed against the great boon you gave me, but...
I'm honored. Thank you, Initut.
Inatut. Yes, έφυγε κι αυτό. Και 3 blue gleam. Έχω 15. Μέτσα, εσύ είσαι. Ωραία. Τι έχεις να μου προσφέρεις? 12 blue gleam. Εσύ θέλεις 16 blue gleam. Και the bowstring drawn the specialized hunter bow to charge the more powerful shots. Είναι πολύ πιο δυνατό. Αυτό θέλω. Και the sharp shot. Sharp shot. God damn it. Το θέλω. Περιμένω να βγάλω άλλο ένα blue gleam. Κοίτα εδώ. Τι αμάτω. Stealth. Hunter's Lodge, Leather Strips, Implant Hunter Protection from Hard. Καλός. Πολύ ωραίο. Anyway. Το quest που λέτε βρίσκεται πολύ μακριά. Να κάνω fast travel. Μπα, θα πάω με το mount. Δεν γίνεται αλλιώς. Αν είχα πάει πιο κοντά σε εκείνη την περιοχή, τουλάχιστον θα μπορούσα να κάνω fast travel. Δεν πειράζει, τουλάχιστον έχω το mount. Το καλό μου το mount. Καλό μου mount, που είσαι? Mount. Παναγία μου, όλοι σ' ακούσανε. Μέχρι και τα υπόλοιπα ρομπότ. Πού είσαι? Έλα εδώ. Θα σε κυνηγάω. Γέλα. Έχουμε να κάνουμε quest, σου λέω εδώ. Ωραία, πρέπει τώρα να προλάβω να το κάνω. Το Σέλας, επιτέλους! Το έψαχνα την Σέλας. Τι γαμάτο. Wow, μ' αρέσει πάρα πολύ αυτό. Ωραία, τρέχα, είμαστε μαζί. Δεν ξέρεις από πού σου ήρθα. Από τα ουράνια. Από τους κατακλυσμούς. Nope, ηλίθιος. Μότο. Όχι, δεν είδατε. Nope. Είναι η ίδια σας. Καλή μου κατσικούλα. Θα σε πατήσω. Σε πάτησα. Yes. Για να δούμε, θα προλάβω να πω 60 level την κυρία Aloe πριν τελειώσει το παιχνίδι. Γιατί δεν ξέρω, έχω μια υποψία ότι ψηλό τελειώνει. Όχι. Αν σας αρέσουν τα βίντεο που βγάζουμε, μπορείτε κάλλιστα να πατήσετε το κουμπάκι like, μου αρέσει. Και φυσικά αν έχετε κάτι να προτείνετε για αυτό το παιχνίδι, προηγούμενο παιχνίδι ή επόμενο παιχνίδι, μπορείτε να το γράψετε στα comments, ξέρετε, στα σχόλια. Και φυσικά αν δεν έχετε κάνει εγγραφή, subscribe, μπορείτε κάλλιστα να το κάνετε. Θα μας βοηθήσει πάρα πολύ και θα μας δώσει και πολύ καλή ψυχολογική κατάσταση. Για να συνεχίσουμε να βάζουμε. What the fuck? Καλά είσαι. Ναι. Έχει και side quest εδώ πέρα. Όλα τα έχει. What? Τι έχει εδώ? 2 side quest. Wow. Τα παιχνίδια θα τελειώσει ποτέ. Ναι. Ας τα πάρουμε όλα.
It would be my... I've heard of you, Huntress. Each of the many verses of your song tells of an impossible victory. The notes echo across the cut.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
That I know. My song used to echo around Banur. Umnak, the hunter of legendary machines. That's why I'm here. For another. They call it the claws beneath. Or they did when I was younger. Its defeat would have given my song a fine end. I used to travel between Banur and the Cut without stopping to sleep. But this trip, my bones ache, Huntress. But you, out hunting Aratak, leading your own Werak. If half your song is true, you are the only hunter I trust to go in my place.
You want me to hunt for you?
Not just for me, no. For an old friend.
Okay. Τι εννοείς να κυνηγήσεις τη θέση σου?
You want me to hunt in your place? Is that some kind of Banuk custom?
Well, perhaps it should be, but no. We survive and we prevail, until we fail to do either. I confess, this is not easy for me. For any other machine, I would die as I have lived, a Banuk hunter, weapon raised. But too many good lives have been lost to the claws. Throwing my old corpse atop the pile accomplishes nothing. Better to live in a world without the claws than to die while it still makes children orphans.
Okay. Πολύ μακάβριο. Ο Umnax Song, για πες μου γιατί το δικό σου παρελθόν, γιατί είναι το song σημαίνει το παρελθόν, οι εμπειρίες.
Sounds like you've got a reputation.
To be Banuk is to push your body to its limits. I found my limits higher than most. Fearsome machines needed killing, and in my youth, I found I had a talent for killing them. Even now, my name carries such weight that when the claws beneath re-emerged, the Werak came to me.
Do you still have the same faith in yourself that your Werak seems to have?
Perhaps I did. Before I held my bow in shaking hands. Noticed, for the first time, the spots on my knuckles. What a strange thing it is to be old. To stare backward and see such distance. But to stare forward at a looming wall.
Wow, πολύ μακάβριος είναι κύριος. Για μίλα μου, τι είναι το claws beneath?
This machine, the claws beneath. Why travel all the way to the cut just to hunt it?
Some songs. They include a refrain. The return of a past moment. It seemed fitting.
You've hunted this thing before.
Must have been 20 winters past. We were so close to bringing the claws to bay. Closer than anyone else ever got.
We?
Me and my friend. He was a chieftain of my Werak then, a skilled hunter. Every few years, the claws would emerge in a new location. I knew of 2 chieftains he'd sent to their burial pyres. My friend became the 3rd. This hunt, I had hoped to complete it in his honor.
Μάλιστα. Οκ, θα κυνηγήσω για σένα.
This is obviously important to you, Umnak. Are you sure you want someone else to take down this machine?
I am no longer a match for the claws beneath, if I ever was. If I face it, it will kill me. Of this I have no doubt. The Banuk blood in my veins screams at me to take on the claws myself. But I must see it brought down. And dead men see precious little.
All right, Umnak. I'll do what I can.
I've no doubt you can do quite a lot. The stories say the claws beneath returns here only once every 6 winters. The whispers I've heard say it now makes its home on the northeast edge of the cut. Hunt well.
Alright. Και πού βρίσκεται αυτός? Talk to Rhea. Ναι, αυτό είναι το κανονικό μου quest. Αλλά αυτό που λέει The Close Beneath. Κοίτα από... από εδώ. Μου βγει λίγο η πίστη μέχρι να ανέβω. Αλλά πώς κατεβαίνω κάτω? Κατεβαίνω εδώ πέρα τους γκρεμούς. Δηλαδή... προς το πάνω έχω και κι άλλο side quest. Πάλι. Nope. Γεια σου.
You're Aloy, right? My pop... Bergund, I mean, told me you might be heading up to see me. Varja. Pleasure. Hey, that spear is really something. You've customized her, haven't you?
I've made a change or two. You've got an eye for weapons.
I wish these Banuk agreed with you. I can't seem to sell scrap to a Glentalk around here. Everyone wants boring old bows and spears. I like the more unusual stuff. And the Banuk can get unusual. Like that spear Aratak hauls around. An ice rail. Ooh, or that weapon of Araya's. What I wouldn't give to poke around inside one of those. Feel the lightning on my fingers. Or inside of anything, really. Last commission I had was a month ago. A weapon that spat fire. That didn't go well.
Okay. Τι έχει το Aratak το όπλο?
You think you could improve Aratak's spear?
I've never seen a weapon that couldn't be improved by Oseram Craft. You know, I tried to ask him if I could hold her once. Even offered to improve her for free.
How'd that go?
How do you think? He just grunted and kept walking.
Μάλιστα. Λοιπόν, οπότε μπορώ να σου δώσω... ας βάλουμε το Forged Fire.
A weapon that spits flame, huh? Like this one? I took this thing off an Oseram bandit. Think you could do anything with it?
Are you back? Well, if you took down Olgrid and his goons for this thing, I guess she's yours now.
Why don't you finish it for me first? Make her into the weapon she was supposed to be.
Thought you'd never ask. I'm gonna need a bellowback snout. Any bellowbacks will do. Can you handle it alone?
I think I can manage that.
Okay. Μπορώ να της δώσω και το άλλο όπλο.
So, let's say someone you know happened to have a weapon like Araya's.
You don't.
See for yourself.
Of course. Look at the... So the coils generate the spark, but the power source isn't even bolted in. I won't lie. She's beautiful. But there's beautiful and then there's beautiful. What we need is a Stormbird Talon. Lightning flows over them like water off a goose. And I know where one is. Hunt it with me, I'll turn that weapon into your new best friend. And second best.
Okay. Οπότε.
So you want to hunt a Stormbird? I haven't seen any in the cut.
That's right. But one roosts back near Freeheap. How about a break from all this white? I'll meet you there. What? People expect you to hike for miles, hunt huge machines alone, and just bring stuff back?
Mostly.
Not me. I'm fierce.
Okay. Get up. Forge Fire. Και Storm Sling. Meet Varga at the Stormer Side. Bellowback Snout. Είναι σε αυτή την περιοχή. Έχω ένα κακό προαίσθημα ότι δεν είναι. Κάτσε. Storm Slinger. Πού βρίσκεται? Ο Χριστός και η Παναγίτσα. Βρε. Και το Fortify που είναι. Βρε εσύ. Ναι, οκ. Εγώ βρίσκομαι αλλού. Οπότε δεν μπορώ να... όχι ολμάδε. Ωραία. Ναι. Θα τα πούμε πιο μετά. Οπότε ναι. Άρα τα...
Long Notch is well stocked, as you asked. But our purpose was to take back the mountain. Now what?
Stay prepared. Sharpen your spears. Should we not return, defending the cut falls to you. If our chieftain agrees with his course.
Sounds like good advice, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Chieftain?
The weight of command is no small burden.
I can see that.
Okay. Εσύ και ωραία.
I take it you haven't spoken to Araya yet?
Why should I? This is what she wanted, to return to Thunder's drum. It is her only care. So I should have known she would find a way to push aside my spear. After the Karja took my sister, not all of her came back.
Μάλιστα. Τι εννοείς, τι έγινε με αυτήν?
What happened to Araya when she was a captive of the Karja?
As a shaman, she's adept with machines. Tracking them, stunning them. The Karja used her to capture them for the Sun Ring, where they were unleashed upon the innocent. They made her part of their blood sport. The shame she suffered beneath their pitiless sun.
She survived.
She endured. Endured by reminding herself of the spirit, her purpose. And now that's all she has.
Alright. Για μιλάμε για την πρώτη... Excavate? Όχι, expedition.
Tell me what happened to the first expedition.
Rhea led the way to the summit, but it was blocked by a great door. Some kind of cauldron, new metal. We tried to break through, but it was unflinching. We were exhausted, no way forward and machines behind. I made the call to push back. It cost us greatly. But to remain would have cost us everything. I had hoped to never subject Araya to that again.
Μάλιστα. Τι είναι πέρα από αυτή την πόρτα?
What do you think is beyond that door?
I do not know. That expanse of metal, that dead hum. Nothing sacred belongs there. Machines and death, that's what the mountain holds. Death for us or for the daemon.
And if we do find the spirit?
Then perhaps we should put it out of its misery.
Μάλιστα. Γεια σου, Άρατακ.
For what it's worth, I'm glad you're coming with me.
Someone has to keep Araya safe.
Μα αλλά όχι εμένα, φτάνει. Εδώ. Ωραία. Πού είσαι? Πήγες. Πού είναι το ηφαίστειο? Δεν έχει ηφαίστειο εδώ πέρα. Είμαι κάτω από το ηφαίστειο. Alright. Τι είναι αυτό? Τείχος είναι. Γραμμάτο που είναι. Wow. Ωραία. Ωραία.
Aloy, this is it. My chance to reunite with the spirit and perhaps to reunite her with the blue light. It's not a chance I would have had alone. I needed an outsider. Someone ignorant of our ways, but no, not ignorant.
Are you trying to thank me, Araya?
Yes, of course. That's what you do. Untangle knots. Create possibilities. Thank you for making this pilgrimage possible. I only wish it had not been necessary to humiliate Aratak. You were wise to let him come. He's earned the right. Stubborn as stone, but he's had to be. The war demanded it. And so have I.
Μάλιστα. Για μιλάμε για τον ίσον εχμάλωτη. Ή να μην πάω κατευθείαν εκεί πέρα, μπορεί να είναι... Λοιπόν, για μιλάμε για τον Άρατακ. Και τον πόλεμο.
What did the war do to Aratak?
He cut away everything until only his true self remained. Unyielding ice. No Banuk has more sheer will. He fought the Karja for 1,000 freezing nights, yet always rallied his hunters at sunrise. It is said he endured 23 wounds in those years. His hunters counted them. He never complains of one. Instead, he complains that life with me is harder. He's right. What have I ever given him but struggle?
Μάλιστα. Μιλάμε για το Silence.
Now that I'm chieftain of the Werak, I don't suppose I can order you to tell me about Silence?
Aratak would never have presumed to grasp for a secret of the Conclave. But you are not Aratak, and if you have dealt with Silence, your need is well apparent. Silence came to Ban-Ur from the distant north, a young shaman of the Owl's Watch. A remote Werak that rarely comes south to parley.
Silence was a shaman.
He was. Or at least, when we sent runners to ask the Owl's Watch, they said he was. His knowledge of the machines was beyond compare, and he was hungry to trade what he knew to the rest of us. It didn't take him long to gain the trust of the Conclave, and eventually, an invitation to attend.
What about you? Did you trust him?
No. But he impressed me. He carried himself with poise and authority. I wanted to learn from him, but that was not to be. He was granted knowledge of our most sacred meeting place, the frozen caves of the Malmstrom, a month's march from Ban-Ur. He met with us there, as is custom at high winter. But when we next returned, the caves had been looted. Relics of the old world stolen. Holes cut in ice and metal.
Yeah, that'd be Silence, all right.
He vanished with the spoils. We sent our best trackers after him. None returned. And when we checked back with the Owl's Watch, those who had vouched for him were gone. As though he never existed. Some in the Conclave began to doubt he was even Banuk to begin with.
And what do you think?
He committed an unforgivable sacrilege. He's unscrupulous and dangerous. But also brilliant, skilled, and knowledgeable without equal. Except, perhaps, for you. Anyone else I would warn off, but you may be able to treat with him safely. Just don't lower your guard.
I'll keep that in mind, Horea. Thanks.
Μάλιστα. Για μιλάμε για αυτή την περιοχή, το Thunder's Drop.
Up there, Horea.
Ruins, machines, and a door, like that of a cauldron. I have faith that you can find a way through it, Aloy. For beyond it lies the spirit. I know I can find her there. Though I do not doubt the daemon has tried to hide the way.
Μάλιστα. Για μίλα μου για όταν ήσουν εχμάλωτη, ελπίζω να μην κλάψεις.
Aratak told me you were a captive of the Karja for a long time. It sounded bad.
For Aratak, it all comes back to that. He thinks the Karja changed me. They did not. They merely sharpened my focus. When all else is lost, you think about what's truly important. The spirit, the blue light, the beyond. And my brother, too. Every time I felt the chill northern wind, I thought of him, worried for him.
Μάλιστα. Οκ. Οπότε ας πάμε πάνω.
It hasn't been easy for you, Horea. Getting back to this point.
It was all to hear her voice again. This time, we both will.
I'd like that.
Are you ready then? Once we ascend, it will be hard to turn back.
Α, θα είναι πολύ μεγάλη αποστολή, είμαι σίγουρος. Πάμε!
Finally, we ascend.
How? I don't see a way up.
Not up. Through.
No, brother! So you see, I too can call upon the power of the Old Ones.
Alright.
The spirit once told me that this all used to be part of its domain. A fortress that defended humankind from
Fortress. It looks more like a machine.
Wow. Μεγάλο μέρος είναι αυτό. Και πράγματα.
Let's just hope that some remains here.
November 21st, 2064. It's been 3 years since I was last here, and 12 since I was running the place. Just a skeleton crew left, confused about why I'm here. So am I. Anita wants me to find a way to suspend operations for a while. Maybe a long while. And I don't know why. But from the sound of her voice, it was something terrifying. I wish I could look into her eyes, ask her what the hell she's so freaked out about, but what else is new? Don't I wish I could look into her eyes again?
Aloy? Were you listening for something?
Okay.
There are memories here. Messages left by the Old Ones.
And you can hear them. I envy you. What did they say?
I'm not sure yet, Araya.
Άσε με να τα ακούσω και να διαβάσω φυσικά. Τι έχεις εσύ να μου πεις. Λοιπόν, θα αφήνουμε να το διαβάσουμε. Alright, όσοι δεν μπορούν να διαβάσουν μπορούν να πάνε πίσω στο βίντεο και να πατήσουν παύση. Πώς πάει τώρα εδώ. Εντελώς παραδική. Το περίμενα αυτό. Σιγά σιγά. Oh, hello there. Yes. Nope, you don't. Ελάτε εδώ. Ελάτε. Yes. Ω, είναι και μεγάλα. Yes. Δεν βλέπω. Μα πώς να το πάω, δεν βλέπω. Dead. Α, την έφαγα στη μούρη μου. Nope. Nope,
We must climb higher, and our path will become clear.
Okay. Come to me. Είναι πολύ μεγάλη περιοχή. Πολύ μεγάλο μέρος. Κάτσε, όχι από εδώ. Από εδώ. Έχω κάτι ενδιαφέρον να δω από αυτή τη μεριά. No. Ωραία, πάμε από εδώ. Από εδώ δεν είναι τίποτα. Μπορώ να κάνω κανένα... No, δεν μπορώ. Αλλά μπορώ αυτά.
The chieftain's base is measured. Ours is measured.
Όπου είναι φοβερό που την πηγαίνει ακόμα από το μέρος.
Not much farther now.
Μήπως το ηφαίστειο είναι κάποιο είδος terraforming κτηρίου που αλλάζει τη μορφή ενός... Wow!
Last we were here, we fought our way through there. But machines overcame us. We retreated, dropping supplies and taking losses. Now we must prevail, with only 2 warriors and a shaman to protect.
Aloy is no ordinary warrior. And I can hold my own. And so, we could go that way instead. There are machines up there, but also cover. We could stay hidden, just for a while.
All right, I get the options. Now follow my lead. Pipes,
Όχι.
towers,
Θα πάμε να κάνουμε ντου,
steam, frost.
γιατί το έχω.
What's this for?
Θα τα διαλύσω όλα. Ντου βρε παιδί μου, ντου!
Bodies to shame.
Έλα, ψόφα. Α! Wow! Πολύ damage. Ναι, να σε χτυπήσω μπορώ. Πάει. Ω, καλό ήταν αυτό. Α, δεν μπορώ να πάω. Ω, γι' αυτό damage όμως. Yes. 52, yay! Το χτυπάνε, τι κάνει! Τι κάνει! No. Έλα! Άλλη μία είσαι, δε! Κοίτα από μεγάλη πίστη μέχρι να πάει στη μία. Yes! Αυτά είναι. Όλα δικά μου. Μπορώ να κάνω τώρα. Δεν μπορώ. Τελευταίο μου ποσιόν. Wow. Α, είχα και μεγάλη ρόμπο. Εδώ μπορώ να χρησιμοποιήσω.
Hello there.
Well, we survived.
Καλό ήτανε. Και η κάρτα φτάνει directly the tower. Okay. Directly. Αμέσως. Κάποιος είναι εδώ.
Look out!
Holy
More
fuck!
machines.
Σκοτώστε το! Dead! Θα μου πεις εσύ εμένα. Ωραία, και τώρα από εδώ. Γιάλε, τα παγάκια σου. Ένα cocktail στο 3 παρακαλώ. Ταν. Έρε ξύλο. Κάτσε, έχω κάτι εδώ πίσω. Nope. Βλέπω μια πόρτα. Τι πόρτα είναι αυτή. Alright. Τι έδωσε. Τι μου λέει να πάω από εδώ. Πώς ήταν η άλλη περιοχή. Ω, ήταν η άλλη μεριά που μπορούσα να πάω. Ή όχι, ξέρω εγώ.
Technically, I can't suspend the cooling system, but I can reduce the power draw, so that it'll be complete.
Sorry.
Technically, I can't suspend the cooling system, but I can reduce the power draw, so that it'll be completely masked by the caldera. But masked from what? Firebreak has always been confidential for security reasons, but this would be excessive. Even...
Α, το σταμάτησα, ηλίθιος. Άλλο ήθελα να κάνω. Καλό μου παιχνίδι. Συνεργάσου. Wow.
Maybe to show holograms without focus. Let's see if I can restore power. Our attack.
Κάτσε, θα το δούμε μετά. Ας τα αφήσουμε να διαβάσουμε. A read.
Freya, you might see shapes drawn from light. Don't be alarmed.
It'll take more than light to alarm me.
Okay. Λοιπόν, πριν τον ενεργοποιήσω, θα ήθελα να σας πω
Looking out over where my kin fell.
ότι αυτό ήταν για το σημερινό βίντεο. Να αφήσουμε και λίγο suspense γιατί τι έχει σκοπό να γίνει σε αυτό το μέρος εδώ πέρα. Μόλις ενεργοποιήσω την κονσόλα. Οπότε ήμουν ο eljorn από το κανάλι του Gaming και με βλέπατε να παίζω το Horizon Zero Dawn. Έως το επόμενο βίντεο. Γεια σας!